Today I'm taking you on a lovely springtime stroll around the historic Essex town of Waltham Abbey. There's been a church on this site since 790 AD, and the first stone church here was commissioned in 1057 by Earl Harold Godwinson, the man who would become King Harold II. Our walk starts at the ancient ruins of the Forge. These weathered remains remind us that an abbey was never only a place of prayer, it was also a working community full of craft, labour and daily life. These ruins date back to the Saxon and Norman times, so when you stand among them, you're standing beside traces of both sacred history and practical medieval history. Waltham Abbey was the last monastic house in England to be dissolved by Henry VIII in 1540. The Abbey gardens are especially beautiful in spring, with old walls, open lawns and mature trees softening the ancient footprint of the Abbey. After the dissolution, a great house for the Denny family was built here, and parts of the garden walls were created using stone robbed from the monastery itself. Even now, the grounds still reveal hints of the vanished complex, precinct walls, garden compartments and surviving ruins that help you imagine just how vast and important this religious centre once was. These beautiful gardens are just coming into bloom in spring, and it's definitely worth taking a walk around them and maybe sitting and just enjoying some of the nature. As we make our way across the grassy churchyard, we come to one of the most poignant places in Waltham Abbey, the site of the old high altar, which is traditionally associated with the burial of King Harold after the Battle of Hastings in 1066. Harold ruled for only a few months, but his death changed the course of English history forever. Tradition says his body was brought back here to the church he had so richly endowed. The abbey remains the traditional resting place of the last Anglo-Saxon king, and today the spot is marked by a simple stone slab out in the open air. After leaving the churchyard, we move through the covered beamed passage beside the wonderfully characterful Welsh Harp pub. This handsome old pub is a Grade 2 listed building with a structure dating from the 16th century, and Historic England describes its timber frame, plaster and brick infill, old tiled roof and passageway. It opens into the market square, a historic heart of the town where Waltham Abbey's long life as a market town still lingers. The town received its charter to hold markets and fairs in the reign of Richard I, and that tradition still continues today. After having a quick look at the market square, our next stop is going to be Sun Street, one of the most historic streets in the town, which is lined with listed buildings and old commercial frontages. Waltham Abbey sits on the Greenwich Meridian, an invisible line of 0 degrees longitude which divides east from west. And this long mosaic, which was built in 2017, celebrates the global connection of East meeting West and the town's story. And finally, we end our spring walk at the Sun Inn, another Grade 2 listed building which dates from the 1600s and has an 18th or early 19th century exterior. Thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this little walk around historic Waltham Abbey.